Hey everyone, my name's Katie, and our group decided to use a speech by Theodore Roosevelt, The Duties of American Citizenship, 1883. And in that speech, he talks a lot about how the American citizen should get out and participate in politics. And our group decided to focus in on a little bit about the importance of voting. And so, first off, I want to start off with a quote by Lyndon B. Johnson, our 36th president. The vote is the most powerful instrument ever devised by man for breaking down injustice and destroying the terrible which whiz imprison men because they are different from other men. Basically, saying that our vote is extremely important. It gives us a voice, it lets us voice our opinions, and so also I'm going to be talking about a little bit in this in my speech is that the importance of voting, why people don't vote, and kind of a little bit about how Roosevelt has inspired our society to get out and participate in politics. But first off, I was reading this document called "We Are All West Virginians: A Civic Education Program" by the Secretary of State, Natalie Tennant, and in that document, she goes on to explain. A little bit about the importance of voting and why we should vote. And something that stood out to me that she said was, if you don't vote, someone else will. Our government was designed for citizen participation. If you don't vote, other people are going to make the decision for you. And I think we can kind of all relate to that with this past election. A lot of people were very upset at the outcome of the election, but at the same time, 46% of the population didn't vote. And so it's kind of hard to be a little sympathetic for people because they didn't vote and they want to complain about the outcome. And so that should be a reason right there, like she said, to go out and vote. And she said, other people are going to make the decision for you. And that kind of infuriates me. I don't want my neighbor to make a decision for me. They don't know what's best for me. And I just don't think it's right for someone else to be making decisions for you when you have the right and the voice to go out and make your decisions for yourself and make your opinions be heard. And so I was also reading this excerpt out of the book "Why Americans Don't Vote" by Ray Teixeira, and he kind of goes on to explain why people don't vote. And one of the main reasons he said was the probability of a lone vote affecting the election outcome is basically little to none. And I mean, yeah, that's true. Your one vote isn't going to change the entire election, but at the same time, why not? Like, that's one more if you vote, that is one more vote towards your candidate if you were to not vote. So, yeah, it's not going to affect the entire outcome of the election, but if you want your voice to be heard, you're going to go out and vote. And he also says the outcome of the election has a substantial impact on a person's life, and that's true. Again, referring back to this previous election, a lot of people's lives are going to be impacted based off of our new president, and unfortunately that's sad, but at the same time, 46% of the population didn't vote, and like I said earlier, it's kind of hard to feel sympathetic for people who didn't vote. And so, again, back to Theodore Roosevelt's speech, he says that we need to get out and vote, and we need to be more involved in our politics and what goes on with our society. And with him being the youngest president in U.S. history, it should encourage us to go out and vote and to be more active in our politics. And again, I think it's very important that our citizens vote, even especially our young people. They're the ones with the most, I believe, the most vocal opinions, and they voice their opinions most. But when you don't vote, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, sorry, like. But again, that's pretty much it on the importance of voting, and I want to thank y'all. So go out and vote.